Hi there, YouTube, and welcome to part 2 of the Landmark Farewell Tour. God, fuck, that hurts. Okay, so this was part of my brilliant master plan to save Landmark, where I was going to make an Overwatch map in Landmark, and I only ever got started on it. Which is, I did a bit of work on it, but I ran into a problem where, I was working out how to make a payload move along a track in Landmark and, stop when the enemy team was contesting it, and I never got that to work. If the developers were doing another update, I would have, actually requested of the developers that they've got a player counter mechanic in the game for an area, and if you could have it count both blue team players and red team players, then you could make this work. But as it is, it just counted the total players in an area, so that's where this plan kind of fell apart. But this is an interesting instance of me starting to think more critically about game design and level design, particularly like how Overwatch does stuff, where I would have set up spawn points and, chokes for people to break and try to get around. Because with the grappling hooks and all the gliding boots and everything, there are so many interesting ways to move around Landmark. It could have felt a lot like Overwatch if it had ever gotten there. Not perfectly one-to-one, but it would have been fun to play through if I'd ever gotten it there. Which could have been the good left undone and all that. But yeah, this was another map where I like finding interesting spots and building things, into and out of the hillside and things like that. Used roof templates from a template swap. Because again, this was something I didn't spend a ton of time on. It was just sort of a thought experiment. But it would have been, sort of climbing up this thing I was working on, making it look more, ruinous. Particularly when we're talking about Overwatch maps in terms of, aesthetics. I was really sort of going for a, kind of an Eastern thing. So, Hanamura or Nepal, just vaguely. And yeah, that's right. I was working on a stairway out here to just a point out here, and I would have put, a health pack or something. But yeah, I set this up in another place where it's just got a great view around it. Which is to say, you can't see that far, so the draw distance and landmark doesn't cause you any problems that way. But yeah, would have filled that with water. Would have been great. This is all just like that Steven Universe episode. It could have been great. I'm going to put another health pack or something there. And, another pagoda shed. Pagoda sheds, on these 2 points, that just would have fucking looked awesome. It would have been great. God, these videos are so depressing. Man, maybe it's not that way for anybody else. I really hope this is interesting and this isn't just an autopsy for everybody else watching this. This was going to be the last enemy spawn point, and then the end point was going to be up here. This is the end payload thing. And I thought about changing the times because the moon ends up right out there where we're looking at the right time of day, and it's huge and it's beautiful, and yeah. Mechanically speaking, I don't know if having this past the enemy spawn was a good idea or not. Never did any play testing with this, so yeah. Man. If there's anything I wanted to set up or to do with my claims, it was to have a sense of atmosphere. So I was going to have it all overgrown. I was going to throw in some more kind of jungle mist things. Very monastery looking. And just the setup on this could have been great. Could have been great. But talking about atmosphere is actually going to lead nicely into the next claim I'm going to talk about. So I will see you guys there.